Without any further ado, let's go across to the management of MIRC Electronics. Remember, the company delivered its Q4 numbers. It's been a bit subdued, but as Mr. Vijay Mansukhani, the MD of the company, who's joining us in fact live on the studio, was telling us, he does, of course, focus on the fiscal. But Mr. Mansukhani, for the benefit of our viewers as well, if you could just transpire what exactly went down in Q4. Those are the numbers that you have just delivered. So if you could just tell us what happened in Q4, what are the factors that hit you?
Actually, what happened in Q4 was that the Indian economy was absolutely sluggish for the consumer electronic industry. I don't know what went wrong. The dollar appreciated exponentially, and the oil prices also went up, and the exports also, like to get the GST back from the exports, people were having difficulties. So we experienced a lot of sluggishness. However, I mean, if you were to look at, without looking at it in the short term of Q4, I mean, if you really look at it from the financial year, we had a wonderful year. This consumer
Mr.
electronic
Mansukhani,
industry was fantastic.
Unfortunately, we just have some breaking news that's coming on your Scronics. Mr. Mansukhani was, of course, telling us about what transpired in Q4. So, what is it that caused the decline in the revenue? There was some pressure on the margins as well. Could you just, once again, for the benefit of our viewers who are tuning in right now, very quickly just reiterate what happened in Q4?
Actually, in Q4, like I said, the dollar went up. I mean, the economy was sluggish, but I really wouldn't want to look at it from the Q4 angle of it, because usually if you talk about flow test, and well, I'll do my flow test in the in the full year's results. In the full year's results, I said last year we made a loss of 20 crores, this year we made a profit of 24 crores. And of course, I think this is very, very sustainable and it's compoundable. I mean, the consumer electronic industry is a great industry. Maybe we got a bit of a setback in Q4, but that's because of the fact that we had storms in India. Q4 is the season when normally air conditioners sell maximum, but unfortunately, the honest people that we are, we did not use last year's ratings. Air conditioners went through a rating change from 3 stars to 5 stars, just to make it environmentally friendly. However, many people misuse that ratings. Last year's 5 was this year's 3. So we actually followed the rules what the government put. But there were some unscrupulous people, they used that last year's rating for this year. So we lost market share a bit in that. But whatever we lost in air conditioners, we more than made up in washing machines, and we more than made up in panels. Also, the government was a bit confused as to the Make in India. They said that we're going to, we're going to put duties. So wonderful, they put some duties. They put some duties on the finished goods, and then everybody came running to us because we have the best factory in India. So everybody came running to us to manufacture, and suddenly they said they're putting duties on raw material also. So we went to the government, make up your mind, guys, what do you want to do? You want to put duties on finished goods and raw material. So then they brought it down to 7.5%. We said, not good enough, not good enough. So they made it 0. So now they made it 0. When they made it 0, they said manufacture, guys. So now we started manufacturing panels. And the whole world is at our doorstep. And I can tell you, our turnover this year will have at least 10 to 20% of non-captive panels and panel TVs and washing machines. So we are totally geared up to make in India.
So Mr. Mansukhani, exactly. That was my next question. That you do have a lot of emphasis on make in India, but there is a lot of competition in coming in from the MNCs as well in the industry. So how do you see that playing out? And you also, of course, spoke about changes in government policy. So do you see any sort of change over there?
I tell you, the best thing that ever happened to the consumer electronic industry was the introduction of GST. With the introduction of GST, it became a level playing field. All the states of India were giving sales tax advantage, income tax advantage, excise advantage. It was ridiculous, that everybody was setting up factories all across India. I mean, we had 20 factories, BPL had 40 factories, but then it was crazy, to have such fragmented factories. Now with the introduction of GST, all state incentives are gone.
So how has it impacted you?
How did it impact us? Because now we got a level playing field. If you're paying tax, I'm paying tax. If I'm not paying tax, you're not paying tax. With a level playing field for the last 5 quarters, we declared a fantastic growth. And this is, like I said, going to continue with the GST level playing field. And like I said, when we realized this, we also automated all our plants, and we are also ready for the Make in India.
So clearly
let the whole world come to India to us for manufacturing.
So clearly GST is something that is working well for you and the industry at large.
It is not working for the industry at large. Let me tell you, exporters are crying because the GST is being collected but not refunded, So while the numbers of collection look very good, the refund amount should also be netted off. So don't do the gross collections, do the net collections in GST. Always what you get the figures of, you get a gross, but gross is not correct, it should be net. You should return this thing also.
Okay, let's just very quickly, if you could give me an FY20 sales target. What are you working at?
Oh, FY20 sales, I tell you, not only FY20, 21, 22, 23, it's all going to be compounding. It's all going to be compound and sustainable at 20 to 25% growth. And we've got the mascot back now, you know, our devil. The devil mascot, which of course everybody remembers, the neighbors, envy, owner's pride.
Right.
And we're getting it back only for one simple reason,
So
because we know we are better than
growth.
everybody else. Huh?
Okay, that's very good, sounding very optimistic. 25% growth is what Mr. Mansukhani is giving us. Thanks so much, sir. Unfortunately, we are completely out of time. We'd love to chat more, but we wish you all the